Yoga is the connection of mind, body, and spirit. When we take time for ourselves, we're better able to show up in our day-to-day lives, knowing that the tools we need are always within us, using our breath and our body as our guide. Hey everyone, and welcome to today's practice. My name is Brittany and I'll be guiding you today. We'll be focusing on a full body flow, focusing on a variety of movement, and we'll start lying on our backs. So taking your time to make your way down onto your mat. And the feet will come to the outer edges of your mat. Arms will come alongside the body, palms facing up. And maybe tucking one shoulder blade underneath and then the other, finding a little bit of openness through the chest. And becoming aware of the noises happening around you. Maybe checking in with how you're feeling in this moment, emotionally, energetically. Moving in a way that supports you as you are here in this moment. And we'll take 5 deep breaths here, breathing in through the nose if it's available, if not, breathing in through the mouth. And we'll exhale out the mouth. And then maybe settling into your natural rhythm and pace of breath. And seeing if we can invite this deeper state of breathing. And if that's not accessible in the body today, no worries. And if you'd like to set an intention for your practice, maybe setting that intention now. And then starting to explore movement, we'll wiggle out through the toes, wiggling out the fingers, and circling out through the wrists and the ankles. Option to nod the head from side to side. And on an inhale, reaching the arms up and overhead. Legs to draw together, toes to point towards the top of your space. We'll take an inhale. And an exhale, release. One more inhale to reach, stretch, stretch, stretch. And exhale. This time we'll inhale, draw one knee in towards the chest and then the other. Palms can catch for behind the thighs or the tops of the shins, and we'll find a gentle rock from side to side. Checking in with the spine, the low back. We'll bring the knees back through to center, interlacing the fingers over top of the left shin. On the inhale, extend the right heel up towards the sky. And on the exhale, we'll lower our right heel all the way down to the mat. Inhale to draw the left knee in towards the body. And then exhale, settling into this shape here. Observing maybe where we feel the sensation today in our body. And then we'll open the left knee over towards the left side of our space. Maybe the right palm comes to rest on top of the right hip. And then on the exhale, drawing the left knee back in towards the chest. And exhaling to open. Moving with our breath. And then release the left palm down to the mat. Right palm will come down to the mat, and then just draw some circles through the left knee. Seeing if you can keep the right hip rooted down. And just observing our range of motion this morning. And we'll plant the left sole of the foot down onto the mat. Inhale to draw the right knee in. Fingers interlace over top of our right shin. And then on the exhale, we'll extend the left heel up towards the sky and then lower it all the way down to our mat. Inhale as the right thigh draws in towards the body. And exhale, softening into this shape. Observing where we feel sensation on this side. And then we'll open the right knee up towards the right side, finding that rock back and forth, moving with your breath. And the next time that the knee comes in towards the chest, we'll bring the palms down to the mat, and we're finding those circles through the hip. Seeing if we can keep the left hip rooted down. Just observing our range of motion on this side of our body. And then the right knee will come in towards the chest. Hug the left knee in to meet the right. We'll bring the palms behind the thighs and rock along the spine if it feels comfortable today. If not, rocking onto your side, we'll meet up in a comfortable cross-legged seat at the top of our space. Rooting through the sit bone, stacking the pelvis with the ribs, and then softening the shoulders away from the ears. We'll inhale to reach the arms all the way out and up. And then on the exhale, we're bringing the left palm beside the left hip, reaching up through the right fingertips, and then exhale over towards our left. Feeling the stretch through the right side body. Inhale, arms reach up. And then exhale, right palm beside the right hip, reach up through the left fingertips, and exhale. We'll move with our breath on the inhale, coming up through to center. Exhaling down. Inhale. And exhale. One more on each side. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. And exhale. Inhale, we'll meet up through at center. On the exhale, our right palm will cross over towards the left knee as the left arm draws behind the body. We'll pause for 2 rounds of breath here. Chin stays in line with the chest and we're finding that length through the spine. Inhale, arms to reach back up. And then exhale, left palm over to our right knee as the right arm draws behind the body, pausing for that 2 rounds of breath, chin in line with the chest. Inhale, arms to reach back up towards center. On the exhale, palms will plant down onto the mat, fingers spread wide, rooting through the knuckle pads of the fingers. We'll stack our wrists with our shoulders and the knees underneath our hips. Taking a moment to arrive here in our tabletop position. Option to tuck the toes underneath if the knees are feeling a little bit sensitive today. And just checking in with that sensation through the wrists. See if you can maybe press the palms away from the mat. Shoulder blades might draw slightly away. And then we'll take an inhale, tailbone tilts, belly draws, chin and chest to lift. And then on the exhale, draw the hips over towards the right. Begin to round through the spine, shoulder blades draw away, and then draw the side body over towards the left side of your mat. So imagine you're creating this circle through the spine and observing this movement today. Maybe there's an area of the body that moves with a little more ease. Maybe there's parts of our body that move with a little more effort, and that's okay. We'll reverse that direction. And this might change the sensation, and maybe it doesn't. Inhale to come back through to center, finding a neutral spine. And then on the exhale, we'll tuck the toes underneath, begin to reach the sit bones up, pressing the thighs back, finding our first downward facing dog of our practice, and taking a moment to settle into this shape here. So feet are about hip distance apart. We might find a generous bend through the knees so that we can lengthen out through the spine, rooting through the index finger and the thumb, as the elbows draw in towards one another, and then bending through one knee, come up onto the tippy tops of your toes, and then maybe pedal out the feet and the knees. Observing the sensation through the legs. And noticing if our breath has shifted or changed. We'll inhale to come back through to center, and then reach the left leg up and back. Exhale, bend through the left knee, draw it in towards the chest. We'll plant the left foot between the palms, lowering the right knee down. Option to walk the left foot forward, stacking the ankle and the knee. And on the inhale, we rise up, reaching up. Drawing the left hip in as our right hip draws forward. Option to keep the right toes tucked underneath for a little more balance and stability here. Or you can plant the top of the right foot down onto the mat. We'll take an inhale to cactus the arms, maybe opening through the chest, take the gaze up. And then on the exhale, elbows connect, palms connect, round in. Inhale to open. And exhale. Moving with our breath. And exhale. We'll take one more inhale. This time finding a neutral spine, and on the exhale with our cactus arms, gaze over towards the left. We'll pause for one round of breath. And exhale. Inhale to come back through to center. Reach the arms up. And on the exhale, plant the palms down onto the mat. We'll tuck the right toes underneath, lift the right knee, step the right foot all the way up to meet the left. Inhale, palms to shins or thighs, halfway lift. Exhale, soft bend in the knees as we fold forward. Inhale to rise up, reach up. Exhale, palms together at heart center. Inhale to rise up. And then exhale, hinge from the hips, bend through the knees. We fold forward. Palms will plant down onto the mat. Option here to walk, step, or hop to the back of your mat. We'll take an inhale through plank. And on the exhale, sit bones reach up, thighs press back, downward facing dog. Inhale to reach the right leg up and back. Exhale, draw the right knee in towards the chest, round through the spine, plant the foot between the palms, lower the left knee down. On the inhale, rising up here, drawing the right knee in towards the hip as the left hip draws forward. Observing our body here, adjusting our foot, and then we'll take an inhale to cactus the arms, taking the gaze up. And exhale, rounding in. Inhale, we'll open, finding a neutral spine. And then on the exhale, gazing over towards the right, we find our twist. Inhale to come back through to center, reach the arms up. Exhale, palms plant down onto the mat, frame the right foot, tuck the left toes, lift the left knee. We're stepping our left foot all the way up to meet the right. Inhale, palms to shins or thighs, halfway lift. Exhale to fold. Inhale to rise up, reach up. Exhale, palms together at heart center. Inhale, we'll reach up. And exhale, hinging from the hips, bending through the knees, we fold forward. Palms to plant down to the mat. Option here to walk, step, or hop to the back of your mat. We'll take an inhale through plank. And then exhale, sit bones reach up, thighs press back, downward facing dog. Inhale, left leg reaches up and back. Exhale, draw the left knee in towards the chest, around through the spine, plant the foot between the palms. We're going to pivot our right foot to become parallel to the back of our mat. As we inhale, sweep the right arm up and overhead, and then the left arm draws forward. So we're coming into our warrior two stance, maybe adjusting the feet so that you feel really grounded and rooted. That might mean walking the right foot in or back, and maybe checking in with our left ankle and knee. And then we'll close down the eyes, taking 2 rounds of breath here, settling into this shape. We'll inhale, reverse the left palm up towards the sky, and then exhale, reach the left arm up and overhead. Right palm comes to the thigh. Inhale to come back through to center. And on the exhale, take the bend out of the left knee, pivot the left foot to come parallel to the top of your mat. So we're finding ourselves in this wide-legged shape, and just observing how that feels here. We'll take our hands to the hips, take an inhale for that length through the spine. And then exhale, hinging from the hips. We'll come forward, maybe folding forward, rounding through the spine. Palms can plant to the mat. Or option 2, bring blocks underneath the palms, depending on how our spine is feeling today. And we might bend a little bit from side to side, if that feels comfortable, through the hips and the knees. And then we'll inhale, finding a neutral spine. Hands will come to hips as we slowly rise back up. This time, point the toes towards the corners of your mat as the heels turn in towards one another. We'll begin to bend through the knees, reach the sit bones back. Just checking in with how this feels. On the inhale, we'll take the bend out of the knees, sweep the arms up towards the sky. Exhale, bend through the knees, palms come back towards the hips. Maybe they sweep in front of the body. And then we're just moving with our breath, inhaling up and exhaling. Last one, inhale, we'll reach up. Exhale, coming down. This time we'll inhale, reach the arms up, bend at the elbows, finding cactus arms, and just settling into this shape here. Stabilizing through the breath. And then we'll take an inhale to rise up, reach up. And then on the exhale, pivot the toes to point in towards one another, heels turn out, hinging from the hips, we fold forward. Maybe finding a little rock or sway from side to side. And then we'll pivot our left toes to point towards, or our right toes to point towards the top of our mat as we walk the palms over towards our right foot, frame the right foot pivoting onto the tippy top toes of our left, step the right foot all the way back to meet the left, take an inhale through plank, and then on the exhale, sit bones reach up, thighs press back, our downward facing dog. Finding our breath here. And then inhale, we'll reach the right leg up and back. Exhale to draw the right knee in towards the chest, around through the spine, plant the foot between the palms. We're pivoting our left foot to come parallel to the back of our mat. As we inhale, sweep the left arm up and overhead, and our right arm draws forward. Checking in with our stance here, and adjusting in a way that makes this sustainable and supportive in our body. We'll take an inhale, reverse the right palm up towards the sky, and then exhale, reach the right arm up and overhead, left palm to the left thigh. Inhale to come back through to center. And on the exhale, take the bend out of the right knee. Our right foot pivots to come parallel to the top of our mat. We're hinging from the hips, bending through the knees, folding forward as we exhale. Finding that shift from side to side. And then we'll come back through to center. Turn the toes out towards the top of your mat. Heels draw in. We'll bend through the knees and then inhale to rise up, reach up. Exhale, bending through the knees. Sit bones reach back. We're finding that movement again through the body. Checking in with how we're feeling here. Inhale, and then exhale, we'll come down, reaching the sit bones back, bending through the knees. Inhales to find our cactus arms, closing down the eyes and settling into this shape. Slow, smooth, steady, deep breaths. Inhale, we'll rise up, reach up. Pivot the toes to come in towards, and then on the exhale, we're hinging from our hips, bending forward. We'll point our left toes towards the top of our mat. Walk the palms over to frame the left foot, pivot onto the tippy top toes of the right. Exhale, step the left foot back to meet the right. We inhale in our plank, and then exhale, sit bones reach up, eyes press back, downward facing dog. And then we'll exhale, lower the knees down onto the mat. Walking the palms in towards the body. We'll shift onto one side of the hips. Legs will come out in front of our body. Palms to face towards the back of the mat, fingertips pointing back. Feet as wide as our mat, and then we'll gently knock the knees from side to side. And then the knees will come back through to center, lowering all the way down onto our mat, taking your time to arrive here. And the palms will come to rest on top of the belly, keeping the feet a little wider than hip distance, and knock the knees in towards one another. Feeling the belly rise and fall with each passing breath. And tuning into the noises happening around you. Coming back to that intention that you set at the beginning of practice. Maybe this is the intention that you'd like to carry with you for the rest of your day, or option to set a different intention. Observing our emotional body, our physical body, and then we'll heel toe the feet in towards one another, reaching the right arm up and overhead. We'll rock over to our right side using our arm as a pillow for our ear, and then supporting ourselves up into any comfortable seat, keeping the eye gaze soft. We'll rub the palms together, finding a little bit of heat, and you'll direct them to any area of the body that you feel needs attention today. It might feel really nice to bring them over top of the eyes or over top of the heart. Once you've found that heat, we'll bring the palms to that area of the body. Taking an inhale and an exhale. Bringing our hands back to heart center. Thank you so much for joining me today. It was an honor and a pleasure to guide you.